my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never try. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the
Head coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Now, 6-18.
Hey, orbit. Lights 57's right. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Express. Get down.
They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jordan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Down. Hand me. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Watch the eye.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He's down on your side of the right,
7:34. You got 4.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing his car on third down. Going deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. First carry for Nick Chubb. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Regular. Hurry. Right there, 54 Mike. You don't want none.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, You just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
7:34. Here we go. Bravo. 57 to Mike. Man, let's get some penetration here.
Now Carr. And his throw is incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go! Hurry! 51, Mike, 51! Watch the slant! Watch the slant!
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. They go play action. Mayfield. And the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Gotta do better.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, Charlie.
Mayfield to throw it. It finds his target, Beckham. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Come on, boys, come on. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now Carr. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Carr now on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. A draw play for Mixon. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Slam. 29. Express.
Shotgun now for Carr. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. And Bullock will put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Mike 5-4. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Spud.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going deep here for Landry. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer route. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Play fake. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now Joe Mixon. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
57 to Mike.
Express. 29.
Hey, Alpha.
57. Mike, 57. If you don't get
Carr going to try and throw on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Hey, exit.
Mayfield on play action. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
check curls, check curls, check curls, check.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll cut it out to this. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, alert 33. Let's go. Check Quickstone. Travel.
Hey, switch.
Run.
From the gun, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And again, it's Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Pistol, pistol, pistol.
Mayfield with a quick fire to Landry. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as they are able to cut into that lead. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Carl Lawson, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Spinning past him, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. A give running right is Chubb. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Third and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, he picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 12, Carr got a man open. It's Ross. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. To throw, it's Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Stevenson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run with Mixon. And an alley to run. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm, You see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see when they come.
It's caught inside the 25. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. William Jackson with a pick. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
At the 17-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Now! 180! 180, we're good, we're good! 180! 57. 93. Hey, high 7. 57.
Carr to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
Hey, check. Hey, check, Mike 57. Mike 57.
You're mine.
Defense wins championships, baby. 57.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Stevenson. He's at the 40, the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Hey, no way. 57.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Hey, Bravo. Check Mike 54.
Carr going to throw here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And